Hello everyone and welcome back to Very Cold Lasagna, your filthy casual place where all the filthy casual takes on the world of sports. I am DylanLasagna and welcome to another video here on the YouTube channel. Again, you're probably wondering where are the season recap videos for the NFL. Well, we decided to take a little bit of a break from it here today. We're going to be finishing them off the next day. So, that being said, we're going to be taking a break from it because we're here to talk about WrestleMania. WrestleMania is just in a few days away, with WrestleMania 39 taking place on April 1st to April 2nd. So, might as well talk about with some of my preview and some predictions about it. Yeah, I haven't done a predictions for it in over 2 years with WrestleMania 37, with how pissed off I was with that show and how god awful the build was. I still stand by that. And I've gone back to watch that show, to be honest with you. Compared to last year, though, with how uninteresting the excitement level was for that show, I ended up liking it, by the way. With the build for this show, I say again, while it wasn't on the levels of, I'm like very down on this show, it's still not as exciting outside of a few particular storylines. I feel like WWE has been kind of sleepwalking yet again with this WrestleMania, because it's not, the certain stars are not appearing in their specific matches, or like they couldn't land a certain Hollywood star, The Rock. But yeah, they're certainly not living up to their billing of, well, WrestleMania goes Hollywood in what they're going to be in. Well, let's actually transition to that. WrestleMania 39 is in Los Angeles, California. It's going to be taking place in SoFi Stadium, home of the Los Angeles Rams and the LA Clippers. Oh, sorry. To all those fans out there, the Chargers. So, yeah, for an event that's called WrestleMania Goes Hollywood, it honestly doesn't really feel like Hollywood. Outside of one other wrestler that's going to be on this show, and maybe even another, there's not really a lot of Hollywood star power in this show, especially for the casual fan out there. And this is supposed to be their season finale of sorts for the WWE. Yep, doesn't feel like it. Like, at least for right now. In some years, yeah, they had a terrible build, but a good show, and then other years, not so good build, and then justified with a very bad show. So that being said, let's talk about some WrestleMania, shall we? It's coming up in a few days in Los Angeles. We got 13 matches on the card, and unless they add one more or two, we're in for 2 nights. Yes, 2 nights again, ladies and gentlemen, for the third straight year since they started doing it in WrestleMania 36 during the COVID-19 pandemic. And yeah, without any further rambling, yeah, let's talk about this match card, shall we? So, these are just my projected night cards, by the way, where I think each match is going to be. WWE is planning on like announcing what match will be on each night in the coming hours or day, and after I put up these predictions. So whenever I record this, whenever I'm done doing this, it's probably not going to be reflective of that. So we do know what match is going to be opening up WrestleMania, and that is the United States Championship match, and that is Austin Theory versus John Cena. So honestly, this match doesn't really have too much heat behind it, other than John Cena telling Austin Theory that he's not ready. He was in the familiar position that Theory is in right now, because Austin Theory is pretty young, like one of the youngest WWE wrestlers out there right now. And well, John Cena, like, yeah, he started out like Austin Theory, like all young, like unsure of himself, until he found the Doctor of Thugonomics gimmick and trying to find that ruthless aggression with Theory, and obviously not working out. But I'm gonna go with Austin Theory in this matchup because, well, thinking realistically, I mean, like, when is John Cena going to defend that United States Championship? And he is doing filming for other movies in Hollywood right now. Like, I think he was just in Atlanta filming a movie. That's why he wasn't able to show up on the recent Raw to build up towards this match against Austin Theory. It was basically all Austin Theory since that match got announced a couple weeks ago on Raw. So just keep that in mind. So I do believe Austin Theory is going to win this matchup, as much as a lot of people don't want to see it. But it is what it is. I mean, I like John Cena. Don't get me wrong, but I think Austin Theory is going to retain his U.S. title to open up WrestleMania. Then on the next matchup on the card, this is my projected match card. We have a WrestleMania showcase. So that basically means a Fatal 4-Way Tag Team matchup. And we have the Street Profits, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, going up against Alpha Academy, Otis and Chad Gable. And the Viking Raiders, I forget their names, Ivar and, yeah, the other one. And then we got the team of Ricochet and Braun Strowman. So honestly, this is just a match to get more people on the card for WrestleMania. Probably just a bathroom break match. They're probably going to mention that the winner of this match gets a future tag team title match, because that was rumored at some point. So if that's the case, then I'm going with Alpha Academy, Otis, and Chad Gable. Then this was confirmed a couple weeks ago that this was happening on night 1, and that's Seth Rollins taking on Logan Paul. Now, this match obviously was at least one of the few matches that was built up a couple months ago, because, well, Seth Rollins had a couple of matches costed by Logan Paul. Logan Paul eliminated him from the Royal Rumble when they were in the Final Four. And then Logan Paul cost him the United States Championship inside the Elimination Chamber. And these two have been going back and forth on social media prior to those moments. And Logan Paul actually knocked out Seth Rollins on 2 occasions. So I do believe Seth Rollins is going to get his payback, his due justice at WrestleMania. So give me Seth Rollins in this matchup. Then we got a 6-woman tag team matchup that involves the team of Trish Stratus, Lita, and Becky Lynch going up against a team of Damage Control, which is Bayley, Io Shirai, and Dakota Kai. So you already know how I feel about Bayley, Splatoon girls, and all that jazz. But what about the team of Trish Stratus, Lita, and Becky Lynch? They came together because, Becky Lynch and Lita teamed up to take away the Women's Tag Team Championships from Damage Control. And then they got an assist from Trish Stratus a couple weeks ago on Raw. Now they came together and are going to fight Damage Control in a 6-woman tag team match. And honestly, I mean, yeah, sure, they spat a lot of facts, especially towards Damage Control, I guess. But I mean, there's not really too much heat towards this one. So I'm going to pick Team Good Girls in this one. Then speaking of no good build, the Raw Women's Championship match. Bianca Belair taking on Asuka in a defense of her Raw Women's title. So if you want to talk about no build-up whatsoever in this matchup, you have to talk about this match. And I know I'm being biased per se, but I'm sorry. This is not good. This is not going to be a good matchup, at least from a story perspective. Sure, you could say from a match perspective, it could be, but storyline-wise, I'm sorry, it's not. It's going to be just one of those bathroom break matches. Because what have they realistically done in the last month or so after Asuka won the Elimination Chamber match in Canada? What? Asuka playing mind games, throwing up poison mist all over herself, and then attacking Bianca. That was it. That was pretty much it. So I do think, though, that since that Bianca Belair reached a full year by that point of being the Raw Women's Champion, they could give the championship to Asuka. Maybe not. So I do think I'm going on a bold one here. Asuka wins the Raw Women's Championship on Saturday night. Then we have our main event. We have our main event of night 1. And this is what people have been clamoring to see for months, for almost a year. And that is the undisputed tag team championship match between the champions, the Usos, and Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Why have been people clamoring to see this matchup? Well, that's because of the whole Bloodline saga. We'll get to more of that when we talk about the headlining match. But when Sami Zayn joined the Bloodline over, I think it's almost a year ago now, Sami Zayn joined the Bloodline. He did all they could to help Roman Reigns and the Usos keep their titles and proved his loyalty to the group. And then when it came to the Royal Rumble, he saw his frenemy Kevin Owens get beaten up so badly. He was like, I don't know if I want to do this, man. I don't know if I want to prove my loyalty like this. And then when Roman came time for Sami to test his loyalty, he hit him with the chair. And then the weeks went on, and we were like, Jay was wondering if he wanted to join Sami or stay with family to Roman. And then it was just a lot of good drama. It was a lot of good drama, man. It really was. It's just so much to explain in too little time. But all I can say is a lot of family drama. A lot of family drama in this whole Bloodline storyline. So the two best friends are back together, going up against the brotherhood of the Usos and Sami Zayn. It's going to be a good main event. And I'm going to go with the Usos, not the Usos, Sami KO winning the tag team championship. And I think that's going to be the start of the downfall of the Bloodline. Because you notice that the weeks prior, you notice that there's a lot of hesitation on Jey Uso when Sami Zayn mentions all the points of, when I betrayed Roman first, you couldn't do it first, and all that jazz. So I think that's the point where you see Jey Uso make those slow and steady points of maybe he could be the one finally to take down the Bloodline from within. We'll see. So that's the end of night one. Then we get to night two, at least projected night two. We have the Intercontinental Championship match opening up the show with the reigning defending champion Gunther taking on Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. So this match came about when Sheamus and Drew McIntyre were going to face each other on an episode of SmackDown to determine who's going to be Gunther's opponent at WrestleMania. But they fought each other so hard that Gunther attacked them, and GM Adam Pearce decided that because Gunther was being a dickhead, that he was gonna fight them both at WrestleMania. So Gunther is actually a pretty impressive heel. Like he's pretty ruthless, physical. He can slap the meat hella hard. And so can Drew McIntyre and Sheamus. This is going to be a hard-fought physical battle that could open up WrestleMania. So I do think, considering that Gunther, or some of you call him Walter previously, is on a collision course for being a main event player, potentially, I do think Sheamus will get the one championship that he hasn't won yet, and that is the Intercontinental Championship to open up WrestleMania Night 2. Then we have the second WrestleMania showcase match. Again, the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team matchup. And this is on the women's side. We have Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez taking on the team of Natalya, Shotzi Blackheart, Ronda Rousey, and Shayna Baszler, and the fourth team of Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville. I'm surprised by that last team because Chelsea Green was in another team with Carmella, but I heard some things that she suffered an injury that was enough to keep her out of WrestleMania, but I don't know. But either way, this is just another match to get more people on WrestleMania. But it is what it is. You know, there are certain women that, but either way, I'm sorry. But I do believe that this could potentially be one of those matches that does set up a women's tag team title match. Maybe later in the show. Maybe. And that's where Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler come in. So I do believe they will be the ones to win that match. Then we get the match that not even the casuals fans asked for. Yeah, not even the casuals asked for. And that is Brock Lesnar versus Omos, or Omos, as some people like to say that. Yeah, like, who asked for this match? I didn't. I certainly didn't. Now, obviously, this match is going to be predicated on, can Brock Lesnar F5 Omos, the 7-foot tall Nigerian giant? But if you ever watch Omos wrestle, it's like he clearly has his limitations in the ring. It's like, and it's not his fault either. It's he's 7 foot. He's kind of like the Great Khali, like when he moves. And again, not his fault, not entirely his fault. It's just he has those limitations of being that giant. And a lot of this match is going to be like, can Brock Lesnar suplex F5 Omos? And I think Brock Lesnar eventually is going to do that. So unfortunately, this is going to be a short match, and Lesnar's going to win it. Then we get another big money match, and that is Edge versus Finn Balor inside the same structure known as Hell in a Cell. So this match has been building up for pretty much almost a year now. Like, I'm surprised the Judgment Day storyline has been going on this long, especially this long with Edge. Like, Edge formed this group at last year's WrestleMania with Damian Priest, and then expanded with Rhea Ripley. And then, literally just a short time after, Edge got kicked out and replaced with Finn Balor. And then they started feuding at Extreme Rules, where the Judgment Day literally sandwiched Beth Phoenix with 2 chairs, and then made Edge say "I quit." And then here we are in 2023. They're still feuding with one another, and we thought the whole feud was going to end with Edge and Beth Phoenix winning at Elimination Chamber. But no, they're not done yet. And now here they are. They're going to finish things off inside same structure. Hell in a Cell. One of the most dangerous matches in the WWE. So, honestly, I'm not sure who is going to win. I mean, sure, I would like Edge to win in this matchup because, well, everybody loves Edge. He's so respected. But realistically, if you want to push the Judgment Day as a very dominant group, I mean, I personally don't like them. I think they're not really that great for their mic work, what's their purpose. But realistically, if they're going to be a long-term act, you got to go with Finn Balor in this one. I mean, there's nowhere to go but up, I guess. Then you have the SmackDown Women's Championship match between Charlotte Flair and Royal Rumble winner for the women's side, Rhea Ripley of the Judgment Day. So you get 2 straight matches with the Judgment Day. And honestly, this one, just like with the Raw Women's Championship match, has not been built up very well. Because, I guess, negligence would be the best word for it. I mean, sure, they had a pull apart brawl a couple of weeks ago, but it's just there hasn't really been that much interaction between these 2 women. And I'm really surprised, considering that these 2 fought each other in the empty arena of WrestleMania not that long ago, just 3 years ago, when Rhea Ripley was the NXT Women's Champion. Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't brought that up at all. So I'm not looking forward to this match, and I know a lot of people certainly aren't either. And I'm wondering why people are asking this to be the main event. Not even some people are asking this to be the main event of night 1 within WWE for political reasons. Why? There's no backstory behind this. There's no interest behind this. I mean, it's not to say I'm not being the S word, okay? Look at the story between Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and the Usos, and compare that to Charlotte versus Rhea Ripley. If you go watch that on, there's a whole 2-hour storyline playlist on YouTube with the whole Bloodline and Sami Zayn. I mean, you can watch that at 2 times speed and you can even tell yourself that storyline with the Bloodline and Sami Zayn deserves to be the main event of night 1 at WrestleMania over Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley. And yet some people within WWE Rhea Ripley and Charlotte to be the main event night one. Sorry. Not everyone that won the Royal Rumble has main evented WrestleMania. At least night one, at least. So this is where they're going to, at least where my opinion is, this is where they're going to be put in WrestleMania night 2 before the headlining match. And I think at least Rhea Ripley will win the SmackDown Women's Championship, get her redemption, avenge her loss from a couple of WrestleManias ago, and win the SmackDown Women's Championship. So there you go. Then we get the father and son matchup between Rey and Dominic Mysterio. And this is one of the matches I'm excited for. Dominic betrayed his father several months ago at the UK event, Clash of the Castle. And it took a while for Dominic to interact with his father again because Rey couldn't handle the fact that Dominic would betray him. So he moved over to SmackDown while Dominic was still on Raw. And then here we are, several months later, that Dominic was pressuring Rey to fight him, to punch him. And this is especially considering that fact that Dominic was invading Rey's life, on holidays, at events and all that. It was really good storytelling right there. And then when push came to shove, finally, Dominic finally interfered in the Mysterio family and told his mom to shut up. And that finally led to Rey's breaking point and got him to punch him and got that match at WrestleMania. So it also seems like Dominic is getting rid of the Mysterio name. Maybe the Mysterio name going to by Dominic Guerrero. We'll see. We will see. So this is going to be an interesting match. I'm really excited for it. I hope that they add some kind of no disqualification stipulation if they're going to get really personal, especially from Rey Mysterio. I want a no DQ stipulation. Maybe they add that before SmackDown. I hope so. And while it'd be nice to see Rey Mysterio get the win, I think it'd be best for the younger son to get the win, to legitimize his cowardly heel get hard status. Yes, his get hard prison life status. So I'm gonna go with Dom in this matchup. And then of course we have the main event, the headlining match of overall WrestleMania, and that is of course the undisputed WWE champion Roman Reigns taking on the challenger, the winner of the men's Royal Rumble, Cody Rhodes. So obviously this is going to be, it should feel like a bit matchup actually. But yeah, over the last 2 months or so, it's been a mixed bag actually. Because obviously Roman Reigns hasn't been around to build up the match. So it's pretty much been all Cody Rhodes to hype it up, get some reps in, and cut some promos on why he deserves to be the undisputed champion. And when Roman Reigns has been around, he's cut some pretty damn good promos and spitting some big facts on why Cody doesn't deserve to be champion. But Cody Rhodes has done a good job on firing back on those claims again from Roman. So their interactions have been pretty good. And Cody Rhodes has been doing WWE has been doing a good job of interjecting Cody Rhodes into the whole Bloodline story that's also going on with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens and the Usos. So they're tying things together pretty well, I'd say. Now, yes, it'd be nice to have more focus in just Roman and Cody, but hey, I personally don't mind it. I personally do not mind it. Now, yes, it would also been nice to have Cody Rhodes return be a little bit more of a surprise, not have his returns too spoiled with those vignettes and all that. And it was really unfortunate that he did get hurt several months ago in June with the pectoral, which kind of derailed a little bit things. But hey, at least the crowd's still very receptive of him. They're still cheering for him and all that. They haven't turned him in yet. But yeah. Now the big question is, does WWE pull the trigger and give the title to Cody Rhodes? Because another big thing is they are reaching 1,000 days very very soon. Like not like near WrestleMania, but like right after WrestleMania with Roman Reigns as the Universal Champion. It's very interesting. WWE has to be very careful on the decision that they make. Like if they have Roman lose here, I mean, yeah, his reign is over, but it's just like, yeah, kind of a missed opportunity there. But if they have Cody lose, it's like, man, he pretty much dominated these last 2 months, and then pretty much couldn't get through Roman like that. It's like, damn. So yeah, WWE has a big decision on its hands this coming Sunday. Do they have Roman win, continue his dominance, get to 1,000 days as world champion, at least Universal champion, WWE champion? Hey, he went through a full year. Or do they have Cody Rhodes finally achieve the desirable? He went going from undesirable to undeniable at WrestleMania. Personally, I mean, it'd be nice to have Roman Reigns continue the reign of dominance, but I do think this is going to continue the downfall of the Bloodline, and I do believe there will be some shenanigans with the Bloodline at WrestleMania that could lead to Cody Rhodes becoming the undeniable, undisputed champion at WrestleMania, unless they find a way to split up the titles. But we'll see. Anything can happen at WrestleMania 39 this coming weekend. But that is it. After this lengthy predictions, I would like to know your thoughts on what you can expect from WrestleMania this coming weekend. 2 days, ladies and gentlemen. 2 days of action coming up. And are you excited for it? Are you not looking forward to it? Are you not watching it at all? I would like to know your thoughts. WrestleMania weekend coming up real soon. So, let me know. Anyway, this is DylanLasagna signing out a very cold lasagna. And keep that lasagna very cold in the fridge with your takes on the world of sports, including wrestling as well. And until next time, peace out.